I greatly appreciate y'all tuning in. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there, not that long ago. If y'all seen a live from me, like literally like 2 minutes ago, it was I had it set to where it was go live together, and I couldn't figure out why. I was like, why the fuck would I do that? But anyway, we got it figured out, and we're live again. All right. I don't know if you all know this or not, but besides going fishing on Sunday, this is like one of my favorite like days of the week. Not only is it Friday, also I can kind of get on here and go live, talk some shit, fucking interact with you all. You know, the ones who follow my stuff watch it, and I greatly appreciate you all, everybody that watches it. I don't get paid for this. I do this for free. This is like 100% passion, kind of a deal. And I've got like I don't know if you can't see my table, but it's like lined up with stuff that I plan on using this spring and this very, very late winter. Thankfully, it's almost over. I'm so fucking ready for winter to be over. Like, it's not even funny. So ready. What's up, dog? All right, hey, Jonathan, are you ready for winter to be over? Because I sure the fuck am. Dude, it's been rough. Last year was pretty rough too, but this year has been pretty rough too. But I could probably speak for everybody that lives around here that fucking winter can go fuck itself. Like, for real. Been hitting hard, meaning like fish are hitting hard, or it's like hitting hard as in it's hard to fish. So, Jamar, do fish? Uh, well, I mean, for you, it may have been great. I haven't really done that great at the tailwater. I mean, I did fairly well in the early winter when I caught that big bass, but other than that, I haven't really fished down there a lot either. So, but I went down there like probably 3 or 4 times, I think, this whole winter. I've done fairly well. It's just not any fish that I really prefer to catch. What's my best fish? I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's been times where I've went fishing all day and I caught like a 12-inch fish, and I was pretty stoked about that. Yo, why is my goldfish acting up? It's probably hungry as fuck. You know, like give me some food, motherfucker. That'd be my guess. But anyway, yeah, the tailwater's been. I'll tell you right now, this spring is probably going to be pretty damn good, just like it was last spring, because that water's going to be up. Hopefully, it's not going to be muddy, which it will be, guaranteed. But them fuckers can be caught in there, you know. Hey, Jonathan. Um, since nobody got that technique I was talking about, I'm gonna go over it today. Uh, what I plan on doing is these mooch minnows, these are the big mooch minnows, the 4.5s. I tried them with the 3.5s when I did this originally, but I think I'm gonna use the 4.5s. So basically, you're gonna have 4.5 inch mooch minnow on a jig head, and that's gonna be it. You're gonna throw it wherever you would normally throw a spinner bait or a bladed jig or a crankbait or whatever, and you're gonna have that rod high, and you're gonna be just jigging it like you would shaking a minnow. Same way, but you only want it about like 2 to 4 to 5 inches below the water. You don't want it any lower than that. So it's sitting there just doing this number the whole time above the water, just like you would a spinnerbait. What I think happened is it gives the fish a different look. Like, have you ever been fishing on the bank and you just see just a fucking minnow just dart across the water? Well, that's what I'm trying to imitate with these big mooch minnows. I just want that thing just going as fast as it can go, and that fish is either got to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go eat that, or I'm just gonna sit here next to this log and just chill. It didn't matter what you ran past that fish. If it didn't eat that or like a reaction bait, it wasn't going to eat anyway. You could sit there and waste your time 30, 40 minutes messing with it with a jig or something, and you still may not catch it. But what I'm saying is, it's another tool that I'm going to use this summer, spring, where I'm not just throwing like spinner baits, bladed jigs, crankbaits. I'm gonna implement some squid jigs because I didn't throw them as much as I wanted to last year. I'm gonna throw some more jigs, and I've got some stuff here. I'm gonna show you all. Um, Prime Raider, what's up, dude? Uh, if you said that like a moment ago, dude, I'm sorry I didn't see that until just now. I've been flapping my gums, I'm kind of excited about this stuff that I plan on throwing spring and summer. I've got some line, a couple of reels, a couple of new baits over here. I definitely got something in that box you're talking about. That you seen that tackle warehouse box that I'm pretty excited about, and I think you will be too because some of it will be going in that giveaway box, the Halloween one. Any tips on night fishing for bass in the spring and summer? Okay. Well, I will tell you this, dude. I don't fish in the night. I just don't prefer it. Uh, but I do know how to do it. Now, the best thing you can do, and this is just the classic thing, get you a fucking black spinnerbait with a single blade and put like, you know, some kind of dark trailer on it. That's about the most classic old school thing you can do. Now, what I'm going to say is a tad bit different. Just because a shad is white during the day doesn't mean it's black at night. It's still white. So you don't necessarily have to throw black. I know that's the old school thing you see all the time. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying that you can mix up the colors. You can throw some purple, some blues, shit like that. I'm just saying that you don't have to stick to black. And anything that makes vibration and sound, it'd be just like fishing in dirty water because the fish can't see that well. If you just imagine you're fishing dirty water, and you can throw the same shit, spinner baits, crankbaits. You can throw bladed jigs, but I wouldn't reel them very fast, kind of like the way you would in dirty water. If you're gonna throw crankbaits, make sure they have sound, make sure they have a lot of vibration, stuff like that. It's really not that different. Um, these are Costas. They are the Jose. I don't know if you all know who this is or not, but Jose Webe, the Spanish fly, the show Spanish fly. These are his signature series glasses. They're Costas. I got them off of eBay for $185. I think they were. They're normally $300 glasses because these are actually glass. The the lens is actual glass. I'm not sure why they were $185 what they were. They may have been stolen. Fuck, I don't know. But anyway, you can get them off eBay. You can get them off of Amazon. I'm pretty sure you can get them off of Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, shit like that. Probably Academy, maybe. Uh, you think your grandpa has them? Hey, awesome, dude. But Costas are really good sunglasses. I don't give a damn what anybody says. I've got a pair of Waterlands. I'm telling you right now, I'm not the biggest fan of him. I love Ben Milliken. I love like his channel, his whole shebang. But I don't like their sunglasses, man. The damn things. Like I had them for like 2 weeks, and the paint on the inside of these started going away. And I'm like, bitch, I just paid $100 for these motherfuckers, and they went away in 2 weeks. So I don't probably plan on buying any more Waterland, and I'm not saying that all of them will do that. I'm just saying the ones that I bought did. And, you know, that's my stance on it. Like I said, I love Ben Milligan's channel. I've been watching it for like a very, very long time. So that's that. Then don't get me wrong, they're great sunglasses. I like them. The lenses are awesome. They're like really, really. They're not dark, but they're not. They don't let a lot of light inside. If that makes any sense. Like when you're watching them, like if you're driving, you don't even feel like you have glasses on. But anyway, y'all want to get into some of these little goodies I got over here. We'll save that tackle warehouse box for last. Sound good? All right, we're gonna go into some baits, and I'm gonna throw this spring for sure. Uh, there, this is gonna be one of them, and because I know the water's gonna be dirty, and this is just something that I'm, you know, I've thrown one of these for since I can remember, and it's just something that brings me back to my childhood, and it's a spinnerbait. Not only just a spinnerbait, a single bladed, a big single willow blade. It's just something different, and it creates so much movement in the water. The vibration from the blade, and this is a mayor, a 4-inch mayor, and chartreuse and white, obviously. And these were covert spinnerbaits from Booyah. They're the Jason Christie ones. If the water is dirty, this will be a staple. And I'll tell you why I'm choosing this spinnerbait. I'm on a kayak, all right? And I don't have a motor, I have a paddle. I would prefer not to paddle. So when I throw this out, I can pull the spinnerbait and use it as my trolling motor. I can go where I want to using this. It'll pull my boat the way I want it. So it's nice to be able to cover water and and you're throwing a bait at the same time. So that's why I want to choose this one because it has a lot of pull with the mayor and the single blade. So say that mooch minnow deal is going to be kind of one of them deals where I see a piece of cover and I want to flip it over there, work it real quick, almost like a swim jig where I'm doing an Alabama shake and that thing's just doing this number over top of that. If there was something in there, I'm telling you, if they were in a feeding mood, they would have come and grabbed that. It's just a total reaction strike. But that spinnerbait's going to be on my boat anytime the water's dirty, every time. Okay. Now, depending on whether the water's dirty or dirty, not dirty enough, like if it's just dirty and not just muddy, I might switch to a willow with a little different trailer, stuff like that. And once the water gets clear or clearer, I'm gonna say, I bought this one, and I love throwing a frog. Like if you asked me what's my favorite bait to throw and catch bass on of all time, hands down. It's a hollow body frog. Yeah, but this one is a gurgling frog where it's got the little feet and it goes. It makes like a little noise. It's like a buzz bait and a frog mixed together. Now, what I don't know is if this frog will walk. If it walks and gurgles, this is gonna be my favorite frog of all time, by far. So I want it to, I want it to do a normal walk frog, but I also want those legs to kick when I want it to, so I can throw it down, throw it, hits the water, I can go, choo, 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 and then wind it, choo, 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 stop it, choo, 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 pause, choo, 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 choo. That's in my mind. That's what I visioned this thing to do. And again, I'm gonna be throwing it around cover. This is gonna be hopefully a mean player. Let's pull it out. I don't know why not. And I ain't gonna lie, I was pretty surprised by the how soft this body is, but it's that body is like just like nothing. I probably will bend these hooks up just a little bit, but yeah. And I like how you can replace these kicker things too. That's pretty cool. But that's definitely on the horizon for sure. Because like I said, I don't think there's anybody better than a hollow body frog. I don't think it gets any better than that. I really don't. It's just one of them deals where it brings you back to your childhood. Because I remember throwing a frog for the first time and one blowing up on it, and I didn't catch it. Like it took me forever to catch a fucking frogfish. Because I mean, I was using a 6-foot fucking ugly stick on 14-pound line mono trying to catch a frogfish. So it was a little difficult, to say the least. And your boy finally figured it out, and I can't remember when I did it, but it wasn't on a hollow belly frog. I think it was on like the Strike King popping frog. It was like an exposed hook. It had like one hook here in the middle, and then it had a trailer hook on it, and it didn't even walk. It was just kind of one of them type frogs where you're walking across like cheese or something, where it just kind of dives and goes forward. Okay, let's go with where we at. Okay, let's go with an oldie. I've had this reel in my repertoire for a long time, and I've used it off and on when I first got it. And it just kind of sat around in my truck at the time, and then now it's in my storage unit. But this is a Cabela's brand Salt Striker. It's a 3,000 size. It's a beast of a reel. It's an absolute beast. I'm gonna use it on my new rod I got that I didn't bring inside because I don't feel like bringing it in here. But anyway, it's a new Bass Pro Shop rod. It's not an expensive rod. It's like a $50 rod, but it's a medium heavy. If I could get this out of here, that'd be sweet. There we go. It's a medium heavy. And I plan on using it for that mooch minnow thing. But what this has is and there's another one of these on the market where it's got this little thing right here. It's called a bait feeder. This is for when you're using live bait. So if you ever decide to use live bait, you click this little thing up, and the line will go out. This is not drag. This is not drag at all. It's called the bait feeder system. And if you want to turn it off, you can either do one of two things. You can do this or turn your handle and it'll click off. So basically you can use it as a clicker, like if you're catfishing or whatever, which is exactly why I got it to begin with. But it's a good reel. I haven't, like I said, it's been sitting in my storage for a while, so I'm gonna break that out because it's too good of a reel to have sit and not get used. And I wanted something to balance that rod that I got. I wanted something a little bit heavier because I'm gonna be doing this number. I want the weight to be down here, so the tip feels lighter as I'm doing that. And I'll have it kind of high because I want that bait, like I said, to be about this far below the water. So we're gonna set that over aside. That's one thing. Oh my gosh, what the hell did I do? I like stuck this thing in here. And the damn I had the leg all cocked up. It was what the F, dude? Yeah. We're just gonna make it simple. We're gonna take out the paper part. How about that? But anyway, we're gonna take out that part. We'll put that over there. All right, what we got next? We're gonna save the box, the tackle warehouse box for last. Uh, I want to show you some line that I use. That I've been using this line for going on 2 years. I have no affiliation with any of this stuff. Okay, none. Like I don't make money off any of this stuff. This is stuff that I use because I believe in it and I like it. And I know this is going to be weird, and I don't even give a shit. But this is, as you can see, I hardly have any on this spool anymore because I've used it all. This is Berkeley Trilene Fluorocarbon Big Game in 15. This is 15 pound. The diameter on this is the same diameter as Sunline 20 pound. Any of the Sunlines, any of the Japanese lines actually. This is the same exact size as the 20 pounds. So it's 0.148. And I'm telling you right now, I've had to break this stuff. It's not easily broken. And the past two fishing videos I made, I was using the same stuff. Dead of winter, 8 degrees outside, catching, Asian carp and stuff like that, and flipping them up on the bank, and it worked beautifully, beautifully. And I've also got some 17 here. I have used this once. This is the same size as your standard 20 in any other line. That's 0.16, the diameter of it. This is, I'm just saying that this line is really, really good. It's really cheap. It's like $10 at Walmart for 350 yards. I'll put this up against any fluorocarbon on the market. And I know that's a bold statement, but I'm just saying that's what I'm standing by it because I use it a lot and it works great. 15 is my preferred size, and I'll tell you what. Check out that link in the description. That's what happens in springtime around these parts. Big fish get around the bank. I flip those fish on this bank with 10-pound Berkeley big game. Flipping 3.5 pounders on the bank, dragging them up the bank with 10-pound line. So if you want to see that, it's in the description. Hope you don't mind me taking a drink of beer. Okay. Now that we got line out of the way, we're going to go into a reel that I used that line on. And, I'm a lose guy. I fucking love lose. They are like absolutely my favorite reel manufacturer of all time. I bought one of these not that long ago. It's the BB1 Pro. I have two older versions of the same reel, and they are phenomenal. I love both of them. I'm still using them to this day. I've had them about 3 years. So this is the newer version. I seriously bought one of these maybe a month or two ago, and I've been using it, like I said, for a couple months, and I love it so much that I bought another one. Same exact everything. It's It's a 7.5 to 1. It's a awesome ass reel. It holds 160 yards of 12-pound line, which is a lot of line. This is basically a 200 size reel. It's a it's pretty much, it was built for cranking, and I like it for everything. Like if I'm using any technique with big line besides braid, I'm using a BB1 Pro. Like if I'm using this 15-pound fluorocarbon or the 17-pound fluorocarbon, if I could get this back in the box, that'd be great. If I'm using 15 or 17, this is my reel. If I'm using copolymer, I'm using 12-pound CXX. I don't have any of it on me right now. It's in my truck. But the diameter of that line, the 12-pound CXX copolymer, is the exact same size as that 15-pound Berkeley fluorocarbon. And I've had to break that too. I'm telling you right now, that shit is tough. That shit is tough. The breaking strength of the 12-pound is closer to 20 than it is 12. By a lot. All right. Let's go with one more. And I do technically have an affiliation with this, sort of, because I get paid from Amazon for promoting stuff, and I'm not promoting anything from Amazon. But if I did, I could put the link to this in the description for these hooks from Amazon, and I would get paid for it, but I'm not, because I'm just not. But anyway, the past few trips that I had at the tailwater, I've used these hooks exclusively. They're called Dove Suns. I don't know if you can see that or not. The bend in that. See the bend in that? And these are 3X hooks. They're, I've caught some big fish on them. I have yet to have to straighten these out. Like, not even once. Which says a lot, because on those blade baits that I get from Amazon, you have to straighten those hooks out. If you get snagged, you just pull it and bend the hook out, and you can bring it back and bend the hook and be done with it. I have yet to have to straighten one of these hooks out, and I'm going to be using these on all my crankbaits this summer exclusively. Once the stock hooks get dull. And I apologize for not getting. That's how I still am with a buzzbait. What do you mean that's how you am with a buzzbait? Tell me you don't throw it very much. I feel I lose a lot of fish on crankbaits and treble hook lures. That's all on your rod, dude. If you don't have a soft enough rod, it will pull the hooks out. Because what happened? Well, it has to do with your line too. Let's go into the scenario here. You got a bait going along. It's a crankbait. Okay. Fish comes up and grabs it. If your line and your rod doesn't have some give, either the give in the rod or stretch in the line, the bass doesn't have enough give for it to go in its mouth. So when a bass engulfs it, either your rod gives and it goes in its mouth, or your line stretches and it goes in its mouth. It's best to use a little bit of both, like a moderate fast rod with some stretchy line, or a moderate rod with moderate stretch line. That's just been my experience. So it gives the bass enough to engulf the bait so you can hook it. So if you have a rod with it's too stiff, and you say you're using straight braid, and you have a rod that's too stiff, a bass goes to suck it in, it doesn't go in all the way. It just goes like right here, and it's just, and you got like a barely a little bit of hook on its lip right here, and you got that stiff ass rod, and you got that no stretch line, and you keep pulling on it, trying to reel it in, it's gonna rip that hook out. But if you had a bendier rod, a more flexible, moderate rod, or stretch your line like mono or copolymer, or some stretchier fluorocarbon, which I think this has moderate stretch. It's not like a lot of stretch, but it's moderate. So if you were going to use something like that, you would want to need a moderate rod, a more flexible rod. I would say if you're going to use like a fast tip rod, not a moderate, I would say a medium at max. If you're going to use a crankbait, a medium power rod at max with fluorocarbon. If you're going to use like copolymer or mono, you could possibly get away with a medium heavy, but you would have to make sure that your line is stretchy. Or you could get away with moderate fluorocarbon, but you would need a bigger hook. You would want to throw your bigger hooks on there. If you're going to use like a straight mono, like a Berkeley Trillium XL or something like that, that line's got a lot of stretch in it. You could probably get away with a medium heavy. So it's really up to you. Personal preference, however you want to do it, is really up to you. But if it was me, I think it's easier and cheaper to go with a copolymer that has a little bit more stretch to it and use a medium heavy rod because it's a reaction bait. You're reeling it pretty fast, stopping it, popping it, stopping it, reeling it. Those fish don't have time to look at the line. It's a reaction strike. They're going to see that bait and they're either going to hit it or not. There's not going to be they're not going to be, looking at it. Oh, I see some line. Fuck that. I'm not going to hit it. It's not like that. You can do the same thing with chatterbaits. You can do same thing with spinner baits. Same thing. Did I answer your question? What's up, Easton? I'm sorry I didn't see that. All right. Well, I'm trying to look around here. Talked about that. Some hooks. Reel. You want to get a shot of whiskey? Hey, let's get a shot of whiskey. If I did this on TikTok, they would like, oh, you can't do that. That's pretty good too. That was actually more water than whiskey. With all the ice added in it. Okay, let's just do it. We got our tackle warehouse thing. Let's see what else we got over here. We got some other. Let's put that down there. And y'all have seen this before. My jig box. Got some jig heads here. And let's see. Oh, and this may not. Let's just go back real quick. This may not be a surprise to you all. I've used this line for, not this specific line, but trawling, like literally all my life. This is the big game braid, 50 pound. That's what I use. If anybody's wondering. Just saying, Berkeley mate, they've been in the game a long time. But anyway, these are the jig heads that I use specifically. They're Boss. We're gonna open them up. I think I've shown these on here before. These are specifically the 3/4 ounce heavy duty flipping ones. This hook is pretty hefty. If you're gonna use these hooks right here, I got these off Tackle Warehouse, by the way. If you're gonna use these hooks, do not use anything less than 15 pound fluorocarbon. If you're gonna use a mono or copolymer, I would say a minimum of 20, because you want that stretch to be literally almost nothing. Because this hook is pretty hefty. I've lost my biggest fish I've ever lost using, or biggest fish I ever caught. I lost her the year before using a hook like this. This exact, not this exact head, but this exact hook on 15-pound fluoro clear, which is P line. And I figured out that it had too much stretch in it and I couldn't hook it. So that's that's why I don't use it anymore. But anyway, this is I got 3/4 ounce and I've got ½ ounce. And I've got some jig skirts that we're gonna make a jig here pretty soon. Um, these are really, really good. You get 4 in a pack. I think they're $7. That's pretty damn good. It's probably the best deal that's on Tackle Warehouse right now for 4 jig heads. These are the Gary Klein heavy duty flipping heads. They've got multiple different heads, but these are the ones that I use specifically. They got the recessed line tie, as you can see. They got a really good weed guard. You can actually cut it at an angle like that, and it still cover the hook. And so yeah, that's the jig heads we're gonna be using. The I've got a ton of skirt material in this box already, but I have found out that Tackle Warehouse now sells skirt material, so that's what's in this box. I just don't know. What you don't know is the colors. I think that's kind of cool because I bought some pretty cool colors. The handy dandy Mossberg or Mossy Oak knife there. Put it back in there. And we're going to go over these colors one by one. I bought these specifically Mossy. This is called Mossy Crawl. I don't know if you can see this one. I may have to take them out. It's like it's just basically a green pumpkin and yeah, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this one. It's basically a green pumpkin brown. Like that's really all it is. It's green pumpkin brown. It's like green pumpkin and brown swirl. Alright, guys. Alright, I'll take it off. I'll take the motherfucker out. Swear to God. Because I know I'd be pissed off. I'm just trying to put myself in your all's shoes. Like, if I was watching this shit and he fucking did that, like, dude, take one out, motherfucker. Alright, I'll take one out. If I could get it out. Dude, you can't be serious. It's got a resealable bag like it's a fucking... Yeah, it's like a camel color. I didn't realize it had blue in it, but it looks just like green and brown. Which I think looks pretty damn cool. Guess I'll just... That's gonna be a pain in the dick to get out if I wanted to use it. Which I do. I do want to use that. And then we have got... I thought this color was awesome too. It doesn't have a color name, but it's 0011. It's black, green pumpkin, and red. I'm sure y'all can see that. It looks kind of copper, doesn't it? But it's not copper, it's red. I like red in my jigs. Especially during certain times of the year. I just kind of like, especially now, I kind of feel that they make a difference. This color is called Lightning Bug, where it's green, green, light green, and then like actual light green. Easton, my PB is about 6 pounds at a public park in off of Shelbyville Road called Beckley Creek. I caught her on a bed. She's a big old girl. There's two ponds up there in a public park that's got some big females in it, and she was the biggest one. And so yeah, I probably told that story at least 5 or 6 times on this channel. So I remember actually picking this one out. This is called Green Pumpkin Orange Flake. That one's pretty damn cool. Oh, trust me, we're gonna make a jig. I promise you, we're gonna make a jig. We're just gonna go over the all. I got 19 of these in here. And this is another one. You know what? That's no, that is copper flake. I'm sorry. No, that was red flake. That one's red flake. This one's the same thing, but copper flake. It's the green and black with copper flake. Yeah, I remember picking this one out too. This is called Spotted Tabasco, where it's got that orange and green. Yeah, I thought that was a neat color, and I couldn't really pass that one up. And this is another same thing. Oh no, it's not. What's the difference? Ah, I see the difference. This one is just like the last one, but it doesn't have that dark spot right here. There's like a dark vein right here. This is just green pumpkin and orange. It's called Army GP Orange Dalmatian. That's what that one's called. And then we got, and I remember picking this one out too. It just says it's part 281, but it's a dark green and green pumpkin magic, where it's purple and green flake in it. Like it has stripes of dark green, but it has green pumpkin. Yeah, there you go. You can probably see it now. That's pretty dope. That was a spinnerbait color. Yeah, I thought this one was pretty dope too. This is called Perfect Crawl, where it's like a brown green pumpkin green. And all this was from Tackle Warehouse. They used to not have this shit. I used to have to get on eBay and pick up my colors and stuff, and then I even bought some this past Christmas. And the dickheads from the postal service lost my package. $40 worth of skirts. What state am I in? I'm in Kentucky. And this is Candy Crawl Dalmatian, where it's like purple, red, green, flake. I feel like a bunch of different colors in there. I think that's pretty dope. This is probably one of my favorite ones that I found. It's called Camo. Do a PB and J type color. Okay. Well, let's see what I can. Let's go through these colors, and then we'll go through and we'll make a jig. Okay, we're gonna go through them real quick, and then we'll actually we might make 2 jigs, because when I go, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't say this. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing this Sunday. Like none. Taylorsville is gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be. It may be frozen. It may not be frozen. It probably won't be. But I don't know. What are the chances that I might catch something there? You know what I mean? I may have to just, and it's supposed to rain like a motherfucker. So if I'm gonna get rained on, I'm not gonna get rained on in a kayak. So I may have to just go with tailwater. and just call it a day. But I was pretty excited about this specific one. It's called Camo. There's like light, dark, and brown all in there. It's like camo. It's a damn good color. I think that's probably one of my favorite ones. And then this one is called Purple Crawl, where it's like an orange green pumpkin with purple flake. And these were like $3 a piece, $3 or $4 a piece. And there's 10 of these in here. And when you're making a jig, you're only going to use one little tab. So if you bought 3 packs, you could make 30 jigs. You know what I mean? Ooh, what the fuck is that? Yeah, that looks badass. It's called Missouri Crawl. Looks like some dirty water stuff right there. Almost looks like a damn rattlesnake, sort of. Yeah, I remember this one too. This is pretty dope. This is called Fry Chaser. It's got some stripes with purple and dark brown, light brown. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have fun making a jig for sure. Now, I'm pretty sure I have another one of those. That's Perfect Crawl. What we got here? It's called Cajun Crawl. It's like orange and super dark brown. It looks pretty dope. Not gonna lie about it. I could just see that on a jig, and then I got 2 more in here. One was for a spinnerbait, and one was just a straight. You can't have a jig without black and blue, so I got a black and blue kind of stripy looking deal. And then I bought this one for spinnerbaits and stuff, chatterbaits, whatnot. That is what I bought from Tackle Warehouse. Okay, so we're gonna put it all back in here. And let's see. Not sure what color. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know. Considering I don't know where I'm going fishing or not, where I'm going fishing, it might be at that. Man, if I go fishing at Stillwater, I'm not going to use a jig. I could go at the. Somebody said peanut butter and jelly. Let's go with this one first. It's called Fry Chaser. It's got the purple, brown, and black. Would y'all agree? Yeah, purple, brown, and black. That's PB&J. Okay. So we're gonna go with a tab of that. I want some orange in there. We got like orange. You want to do PB and orange or PB? All right. We're going to do this. The Fry Chaser. You want to do orange? You want to do Lightning Bug or Missouri Crawl? Which one? This is A. This is B. A. B. A. B. B. That was B, right? Hey, well, we got a vote for A and B. Come on, I'm going to need at least 4 more votes. A or B? A or B? I'll let y'all figure it out. If I don't get one, we can do both. Maybe. I just don't want too much chartreuse in that. A. Well, Easton, your vote's not going to matter more than once. So, I mean, come on, dog. All right. Well, just because my name starts with a B. No. Since my name starts with a B, we're going to go with B. Okay. We need a third color. Where's the third color? I need another dark color. Since I got so much. Let's see. I want to do camo. No, I need another dark color. Let's see. Got purple, brown, chartreuse, black, tan. Seems like an all green color. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, what about that one? Green, pumpkin, orange. I know this doesn't. Nah, it doesn't matter. I already decided. Green, pumpkin, orange. Yeah, this is gonna look dope. I ain't gonna lie. Let's just hope I can get this out of here without fucking pulling the whole damn thing out. That's one thing I don't like about these small packs. When you get the ones off eBay, you can like rip the sides off and open it up like a wallet, so it's like open like a wallet. These you have to like pull them out, and the whole damn thing comes out at the same time. What the fuck, man? I guess I could rip it. Huh. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but that's yeah, that's like pumpkin with orange flake. Hey, Jonathan, if you are brave enough to throw a jig at the fucking tailwater, you let me know because I want to go film it and see how many jigs you lose. It'll cost you more. You'll lose more jigs than you used gas to get there. I promise you. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells you. Don't do that. Do not do that. Okay, let's get this one out. This, this color's kind of dope too. Ain't gonna lie. I like it. It was kind of one of them colors where I was like, you know what, that I need that in my life. It's always really good to put some chartreuse, some light colors in your jigs. I'm not saying you should do it all the time, but I do like to do it. And I'm not saying you should put a bunch of it, but I do like some. Oh my gosh, dude. They're like all stuck together and shit. Yeah, this isn't going to be a nightmare at all. Well, actually, it worked out pretty well. Slid that back down in there just like a White Castle turd. Okay, now this is Fry Chaser. You know, it really suck if I don't have my all the shit that I need to make a jig in my box right here. But I'm pretty sure I do. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, fuck, dude, that's dope. I like that. Oh, it's even got green flake in it. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna show you here in a second. So I get this back in here. It's got kind of a see the green flake that's in it. I like that a lot, a lot. So we got these are our jig colors. That's gonna look fucking dope. I ain't gonna lie. Then we got a big old 3/4 ounce jig head right there. Garbage is over there. The rest of our jig heads are racha. Got our jig making stuff. Just need to find my where in the oh my gosh. You know what? I don't know if I even have a fucking. I don't know if I even have my O-rings or not. It really sucks. You're about to see me look this motherfucker. If I don't, I'll just take it off something. Yeah, we'll just take it off this. Yep, we're just gonna take it off that because this that oh, it's got red oil. Nope. Motherfucker is dry rotted. There they are. Awesome. Roadkill. I'm so glad I found them. Like, you have no idea. You have no idea how glad I found those. I thought they were gone forever. Maybe not gone, but I thought they were in my truck. These are, I get these in a pack of 100. They're the bands that go around the collar. Let's see. And I've done this before. What you do, you have this, you have this, and you have this for your jig making thing. I'll go over it again. You take your tube, you put this thing over it, you take your silicone band, and you put it over top of it. Okay? Take you this right here, this is a hook, and it's not that difficult. You hang your stuff on here like you want. I'll put this in the middle just because that's where I want it. You put this on the outside. You don't have to. You can arrange this any way you want, but this is the way I'm doing it. So you hang it like that. Okay, I fucked up. Sorry. You put that in there first. I promise you I've done this before. Then you hang your jig skirts on there, however you want them. I definitely don't want that. Jesus fucking Christ. You know, hang it in the middle. Hang it right there in the middle, just like that. Okay? And you pull them up into the tube and you push your skirt down. Not skirt, I'm sorry. Your skirt tube. Or your skirt there right there. Now you got your jig skirt. Now what you gotta do is pull that down a little bit. Okay. Now, 1 second. Then you get a pair of scissors. I'll be right back. Okay. Pull it down just a little further. What you want is you want a longer side and you want a shorter side. Like that. Actually, the shorter side doesn't need to be. You want it to be about a 60-40 ratio. You know, like a 2/3, a third. And you'll cut your tabs off. And that's what you're left with. The actual. And you want to do the same thing on the other side. And then after you're done, you want to make sure that you break up all your pieces. Like some pieces will stick together like that. So you want to break them up. I ain't gonna lie, it's a damn good looking jig. Because you see how the tips are right here still chartreuse? That's awesome. That is awesome. Because what's gonna happen is when that thing, hold on, I'll show you. Like when a bass comes, like say this is a jig, when the bass like pushes water onto this jig, that skirt is going to go like this, and it's just going to sit there and flow like that. Those little bits of chartreuse is just going to make that. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a good jig. I like that a lot. But you want to make sure you break up all those pieces because you want as much as possible floating around in the water. Okay. All right. Next, you take the short side. The short side is always going to be up. It's going to be up. You're going to take the long side and put it up. Okay. Oh, there it is. It's going to be up. You're going to pull back your guard, stick it directly in the middle, and push it up on there like that. Just like that. And you're going to find strands that didn't stick before that will, stuff like that. So just straighten it out. And that's what you come up with. And what you can do is, if you want, however you want it, you can turn it. Just grab the band and turn it. That way, what you want on top is on top, and what you want on bottom is on bottom. See, there's purple on the top, and there's the. See what I mean? And that's how you make a jig. We haven't, you can make one of these, but this is not the ending of it. This is just like the very beginning. The heart of a jig is the trailer, and that's where we're getting to next. This is a damn good looking jig. I think Gene Hackney would be pretty proud of that. I mean, it's 3/4 ounce. He'd be like, hell yeah, I'll throw that motherfucker. Okay. Two different trailers that I'm going to go with. Rogue Bait Company. They're Punch Bug. And then we got Rogue Bug. I'm going to show you the difference. This is the big difference in this one and these two is this one right here is more subtle. It doesn't have a lot of big kicking action. It's very subtle. These little things just kind of barely wiggle, which is good. The water's cold. Uh, you're not trying to make a big presence. You just want to be subtle. This works regardless. Watercolor wise, in the summertime, in springtime, late spring, late pre-spawn, post-spawn, springtime, you can throw this whenever. Doesn't make a difference. And well, I'm tearing now vanilla and coffee. Vanilla and coffee. This bad boy right here, which is probably what I'm going to use, and I'll tell you why here in a second. It's a big profile, big profile. It's got tentacles, got flaps, got these wings on it. It's got well, I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all. I'm going to tear off most of this stuff, so these don't make a difference. I'll put these down in the trash pile. But it's a big old presence. I got this one custom made. It's green pumpkin and blue. green pumpkin on that side and blue on the side. I'm probably going to peel off these wings and these ball sack right here. I'll probably pull that off too. Taxidermy, how's it going? So what we're gonna do, I kind of use this as a measurement. I like to leave one rib above those hands right there. See it? One rib above them. And I almost want to leave those on. I'll tell you why. I want to leave them on because I don't know whether I may need them or I may not. If I want the bait to glide, if I want it to glide down, I'll leave this on. If I want the bait to fall straight down, I'll take them off. And that will determine on water clarity. If it's clearer, I want it to fall straight down. And then I want them fish to react to it. Fall straight down, they see it, they go up to it, it goes, they see it again, they grab it. If it's dirty, I want to give them time. It might fall more diagonal versus straight down. I wanted to give them time to go see it, to feel it. You know what I mean? So we're going to leave those on for right just a second. And I'm even going to leave the balls on there too, just because. Just because. But I want the blue side down and the green pumpkin up. I totally just fucking spiked that sideways. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just did that. There you go. And whenever you pulling it up on there, you want to get all the strands out from around that. There you go. It's a big old jig right there. All I think you would need to do now is cut the weed guard, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I would do it anyway. I'm gonna cut the testicles off this thing. If you were gonna flip this in like a normal, if you were gonna flip it just as the bait, leave those on there because they definitely do this kind of number at the top. Yeah, it's a nice looking jig right there, dude. I'm just saying. It'd be pretty sweet if I could go out on Sunday and catch something on it. I mean, I guess I could. You know? Probably trim some of that skirt material out of there. Trim. 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 Yeah, you don't want a real uniform skirt. You want some things that are like you definitely don't want it to be uniform, that's for sure. You want it to be kind of gnarly like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, Prime Raider, man. See you later, dude. Well, Easton, if you do try to make jigs, dude, definitely take my advice, man. And Tackle Warehouse, they got some good stuff on there. And I promise you, man, don't take my word for it. Just once you figure it out, you'll be like, oh yeah, right there is a damn good looking. It almost looks like a little superhero, don't it? Yep, I like that a lot. But yeah, that's You want to make another one? You want to make a swim jig? Well, maybe not. I don't know about a swim jig, but yeah, it is, dude. I promise you, it'll. This motherfucker will catch you some fish, dude. I promise you. Actually, I would, since I cut that skirt so thin, what you're gonna have to do, you'll have to take this off these sides, the arms. And I hate to do that, but since I cut that so thin, you'll have to. It's gonna look too weird. Um, but that right there is gonna be pretty dope. That's gonna catch you some bass, almost guaranteed. If you're throwing a jig, I kind of wish I'd cut it a little bit shorter. Like I wish I'd cut this trailer just maybe 2 ribs shorter because I want that. This is a pretty long one. I kind of wish these were just about right there, just barely sticking out of the bottom. But this will work for sure. There's no doubt about that. But I'll have to remember that to cut like right at the arms. But yeah, that'll that'll definitely work. I'd love to throw that this weekend, man, but I don't know where we're going. I really don't. Like, I don't know where we could go to catch a bass. If anybody has any suggestions, please let me know. You want me to do a swim jig? Man, I don't have any. All I got 3/4 ounce. Otherwise, I would. I said swim jig accidentally. I don't have. If I had a 1/4 ounce or 3/8 or something like that, I would. But you're not going to swim jig with a 3/4 ounce unless you're like fishing really, really deep water with a swim jig. I mean, you could do it. I mean, there's nothing against it, but it's not like ideal. But I will tell you though, on the back of a swim jig, you cut this motherfucker right there where that thick part is. The rest of it, it just gives that little thing right there. Jonathan, there's a lot of things that look like they would work at the tailwater. I've had fish like come up and grab in the middle a big 7-inch swim bait and not get hooked up. That's the only time I've ever had that happen. That one time, I've tried it numerous times. I've never been able to replicate it. You can catch a fish, and I bit my tongue. It hurt like a motherfucker too. Fuck. But anyway, you can catch fish a lot of ways at the tailwater. But what do you feel comfortable throwing? And what will catch fish right now? That's the That's the main thing. You know what I mean? Like you can throw a lot of different things. You know, they may catch fish other times. Uh, you might throw a grub like fucking like um, Hank Cherry did on Gunnersville and catch a dickload of fish. But you go into the tailwater one day, that works. Then you go on the next day, it it don't work the same. The tailwater is a different beast, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's more of a what's the flow like? Like when the flow is certain, a certain times the fish will be here. When the flow is a certain time, the fish will be here or there. They don't care about weather. They don't care about sunshine, wind, rain. The only thing they care about is what the water level is and what it's doing, how hard it's flowing. That's all they care about. Yeah, it is. Even though it really isn't the same. It might be the same flow. And like I said, the weather and shit doesn't matter, and it really doesn't, but it does at the same time. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but the river systems like that, they're least affected by weather than lakes and ponds and stuff. I still think that's a dope ass looking jig. Ain't gonna lie. I kind of wish it was a little shorter. Yeah, I could take that off, and you know what? Let's fucking do it. I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna step that up a little bit. I'm gonna snip that because that's bugging the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie about it. It's bugging the absolute shit out of me. I think that right there would be perfect. Yeah. Oh, just like that. Oh, hell yeah. Yep, that's it right there. Yep, that's it right there. I wish I could, like, yeah, that's worth it right there. So, hey, Jonathan, you gonna go down there this weekend? How's it going? Hello. Ramirez. But yeah, dude, that's really all I got. I mean, we could make another jig if you wanted to. You want to make a wild one? We can make a wild one. Be the same. I love your canal. Okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Oh, that's right. You have like a weird ass work week. I forgot about that. You know what, man? I want to make another one. Who's up to make another jig? Who's up to make another jig? Yeah, let's make a. You want to make a bluegill color, like a swim jig, but more of a bluegilly color. It's a good idea. Let's do that. You're going to bed. Well, have a good one, man. Yeah, I forgot to say this. The cutting your weed guard. You want to cut it at an angle like that. And I'll show you why. What you want to do is you want to put it in your hand, in your finger, and spread them out evenly like that. You want to cut it. I know that sucks, but just like that. It makes it look more aerodynamic, makes it look differently to the fish. It doesn't stand out as much. It's not as so much as a strike deterrent. You can spread it out. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. Just like that. See how it's all spread out like that? So when it rolls over a log, your hook can go over top of it. See what I'm saying? But yeah, that's about it. Like that's how I fish jigs. I mean, I make my own. I've caught my personal best on these jigs. I don't have my personal best uh, jig on me right now, but I made my own jigs and caught some big fish on them. So they're all on my YouTube channel. So since we got two folks in here, let's make a bluegill type of I kind of almost thinking of making a spinnerbait skirt. Yeah, we've been going almost an hour and a half, so let's. Oh man, vanilla and coffee. Rogue Bait Company. Vanilla and coffee. 10:34. Well, we've been going on for an hour and a half almost. We got like 30 seconds left. I just want to greatly, greatly appreciate you, everybody that tuning in. I mean, thank you all. I greatly appreciate it. This whole thing has been a blast, showing you how to make some jigs and some different stuff we're going to be implementing on, the spring and summer and all summer, actually, all spring. And yeah, you'll see probably 99% of it from March to May, I would say. Everything you've seen here, for sure. All right. Thank you, everyone. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. I will see you all on the motherfucking water. Peace.